issues when it comes to these speeches. I like to think I didn't get those genes, so we'll see if I can make it through. First of all, on behalf of my family, I would like to thank all the hosts. You really did a wonderful job putting all this together. Since we moved here 13 years ago, you've all been so welcoming to us with open arms. Even though I may have been the black sheep and went away to Skokie for high school, I still feel the warmth of the community, and it's an honor to be here celebrating with all of you today. Additionally, I would like to welcome both sets of grandparents who, through all the traveling and exhaustion, they like to take part in every aspect of every simcha for everyone in our family. Lastly, most certainly not least, welcome to Dr. and Mrs. Mailer to Memphis. Although we just met Monday morning, I already feel like we've known each other for a while, and I'm looking forward to sharing in many future smachot. I'm new to all this Sheva Bracha stuff, so I don't really fully understand what is considered Ofruf material and what's Sheva Bracha's material, so I think that leaves all options on the table for me. Just to go back 6 years. In 8th grade, when I was considering going away for high school, Shoshana tells me, I have this friend from camp who is in Skokie. You talk to him about it, he'll tell you all about it. So we had a nice conversation, and he convinced me to go, so some of that blame can go on him. and throughout the year, I would text him asking him questions like, what's this? And he would, a few hours later, I'd get a response, sorry, I was learning, here's the answer to the question. So it was a nice inspiration, a big push to go. And when I got there, first Shabbos, the first Friday night of the year, we had this big Shabbos, you might not remember this, but he calls me over, Benji calls me over to like the cool kids table. The juniors are sitting around, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors. And I'm sitting, and he sits me down next to him with all him and his friends. I'm just this little freshman that comes in, and he's like talking to me a lot. Wasn't stop talking about Shoshana, and I was a little creeped out. And he says at the end of the meal, he says, "By the way, sorry for bringing this to here, but he says, by the way, I like your sister." I was like, holy cow! Like what? I don't really have an answer to it. Then he continues on, and she likes me too. And this was, I guess that was just his way of telling me they're going out. They had been going out from what I think, probably a couple months. It could have been 5 years for all we know. But Benji, for as smooth as you are, you could have broken it a little more subtly. Me being an overprotective younger brother, naturally it was just like, all right, this guy's got to stay away from my sister. He's a good guy and all, but not good enough for Shoshana. Dad, I'm sure you know how I feel. So, the truth is I didn't think anyone was good enough for Shoshana. My entire life, I looked up to you as a role model in almost every aspect of life. You've always been an amazing sibling and a close friend. I thought... Thanks, Dad. I thought you deserved the best. Unfortunately, that caused a rocky start between Benji and me. Over time, Benji and I got to know each other more and more, and flipped a bad relationship into being close friends. 6 years later, I'm still that same overprotective younger brother, thinking that Shoshana only deserves the best. After developing my relationship with Benji into being such close friends, now I realize she got the best. In the beginning of this week's parsha, Hashem tells Moshe to tell Aaron to light the menorah. As we all know, he uses the word Baha'aloscha. When you kindle, literally translates to when you raise up. The seemingly obvious question is, why does it say to raise up the flame and not just to light it? Rashi gives a simple answer. To keep it very simple, he says, one must bring the fire to the wick until the flame rises on its own. Shoshana and Benji, you're both extremely motivated, accomplishing, and personable people. My bracha to you both is to not only continue developing within yourselves all the greatness you guys have to offer, but to raise up the flame so others can rise on their own. Pass on the incredible traits to each other, to future generations, and to the entire Jewish nations. Mazel tov.